My beloved child, listen carefully to my words today. Restoration is not only possible with me, it is my sure promise to you. What you thought was wasted, broken, or gone forever is not beyond my hand. Stay with me until the very end of this message, because what I am about to speak will lift the heaviness from your heart and show you that nothing surrendered into my hands is ever truly lost. And as you listen, say within yourself, Lord, you are my restorer. I place every broken piece of my life into your hands. Heal me, mend me, and make me whole again. Just as a skilled craftsman takes an instrument that is cracked and forgotten and reshapes it into beauty, so do I take your life and restore what you thought could never be repaired. To the world, it may look worthless, but in my hands, every scar becomes part of a greater masterpiece. Your lost years, your tears, your mistakes, none of them are beyond redemption when entrusted to me. And I want you to speak this aloud. Father, I trust you to make something beautiful out of the broken parts of my story. Restore me in your love. You may look back and see only wasted time, lost opportunities, and seasons of regret. But I tell you now, what seems wasted to you, I can multiply. I am not bound by your calendar or your age. My restoration does not just return what you lost. I return it with increase, with new strength, and with deeper purpose. What the enemy tried to destroy, I turn into testimony. Say this with faith. Lord, I declare that my wasted years are not wasted in you. Redeem my time and give me a new beginning. And my child, stay with me till the end of this message, for I will release promises into your heart. Share this word with someone who needs it, and subscribe so that you remain connected to my voice. My restoration is never shallow or temporary. I do not paint over cracks. I rebuild the foundation so that it stands stronger than ever before. What I give back is not fragile. It endures, and it carries the clear marks of my hand. Where shame has tried to cover you, I will clothe you in honor. Where despair weighed heavy, I will plant a hope that no one can uproot. And I want you to declare, Lord, replace my shame with honor and my sorrow with unshakable joy. I receive your double portion. Think of Joseph, betrayed, sold, and forgotten in prison. Years of his life seemed wasted, but in my perfect timing, I lifted him higher than he could have dreamed. His restoration was not just for himself, but for an entire nation. So it will be with you, my child. What you thought was delay, I was turning into preparation for a greater assignment. Say this now. Father, remind me that my waiting is not wasted. Use every delay to prepare me for what is greater. Even if you have walked away from me, even if your years were lost in rebellion or regret, know this. My mercy outruns your mistakes. Like the prodigal son who wasted his inheritance, but was welcomed back with full honor, I am ready to embrace you the moment you turn to me. My restoration does not take years of earning. It takes one step of faith. Whisper this prayer. Lord, I return to you with my whole heart. Receive me again and restore what I lost. And my beloved one, don't walk away now. Stay till the end, for my spirit is speaking through this word. Share it with someone who needs hope and subscribe so that you do not miss what I am pouring into your life. Your past cannot bury my plan for you. Your failures cannot cancel my covenant. When I restore, I do it in such a way that others will see my faithfulness. The very place where you were mocked and rejected will become the place of your testimony. What they called finished I call the beginning of something new. Say this with me. Lord, turn my rejection into testimony and let my life show your faithfulness. Sometimes the years you thought were wasted were not wasted at all. They were hidden seasons where I was shaping you, teaching you endurance, patience, and faith. You felt overlooked, but I was strengthening your roots so that when your restoration comes, it will not be shaken. What I bring to you will last because of what I built in you during the waiting. Pray with faith. Father, thank you for preparing me in hidden seasons. I trust that nothing has been wasted in your plan. So hear me again, my beloved one. Nothing placed in my hands is ever lost. I will restore your health, your peace, your joy, your years, and your purpose. And when I do, it will not only bless you, but it will bless generations after you. My restoration always multiplies. Let these words be on your lips. Lord, restore my life and let my blessing overflow to future generations. And remain with me until the very end, for I am still speaking. Share this word as a seed of encouragement to others, and subscribe so you can continue walking in the promises I am declaring over your life. For your story is not finished. The best chapter is still being written by my hand. My beloved, listen to me. It is often in these seasons that I strip away your dependence on things that cannot hold you, so that when the blessing comes, your heart is anchored in me alone. When I restore you, I do not only return what was lost, I heal the regret that tries to chase you into tomorrow. Restoration is never complete if your years are returned, but your heart is still carrying shame. That is why I reach deeper than your circumstances. I cleanse the hidden places of your conscience. I pour peace into your spirit so you can walk into your next season without the weight of the past dragging behind you. True restoration always leaves you lighter, freer, and more joyful than before the loss. Speak this with me. Lord, you are the one who lifts every burden from me, and I will walk in freedom with you. When I restore, I do it with purpose. I do not give back so you can waste it again. When I return years, I also give wisdom to carry them well. That is why, after restoration, you will find yourself more fruitful in a short time than you were in many long years before. I compress growth, opportunity, and harvest into a season of favor that accelerates quickly. My restoration is never random. It carries intention. You are not restored into wandering. You are restored into purpose. My child, let these words rise from your spirit. Lord, settle me in your goodness. Root me deeply so I will not be shaken. Restoration is not just the removal of pain. It is the establishment of a peace that no storm can steal. When you understand the fullness of my restoration, you stop looking at your past as a barrier. Instead, you see it as the very soil from which your testimony will grow. What the enemy tried to bury you with has only positioned you for a greater display of my glory. Wasted years in my hands are never truly wasted. They become the very years that shine the brightest, revealing my power to turn darkness into light. So take courage, my beloved. Do not fear the empty places in your story. I will not leave you holding fragments. I will make the broken pieces whole again and cause your latter days to overflow with joy, honor, and purpose. Hold tight to what I have spoken over you, for your restoration is not only near, it has already begun. Speak this with me. Lord, nothing surrendered to you is ever lost. You turn even my brokenness into beauty. Now hear this, my child. There will be seasons where the damage looks final, where nothing in human strength can repair what has been done. In those moments, restoration may seem impossible to you, but I am the one who works beyond limits. I do not need favorable conditions to move. I speak life into what looks dead, and it rises in strength again. It is one thing to restore what still has traces of life, but I specialize in bringing forth what is completely new in places of desolation. I create possibilities where none exist. This is who I am, the God who makes a path through wastelands, the one who brings rivers into deserts. Say this with me: Lord, you make a way for me where no way can be seen. You create life where there was only emptiness. So, my beloved, take heart. What you thought was beyond repair is the very ground where I will reveal my glory. Your future is not defined by ruin, but by my restoring hand. Walk forward with courage and keep your heart aligned with me. Nothing you entrust into my care is ever gone. I make all things new. My beloved, hear me. I am the one who forges a path where you thought you were lost. I bring refreshing where your life has felt dry and barren. The years you thought were wasted are not wasted in my hands. The enemy has whispered lies, trying to convince you that your identity is chained to loss, that you will always be known by what failed, by missed seasons, or by relationships that broke. But I say to you, those lies are broken today. I call you by your true name. I do not label you by failure. I do not measure you by your history. I lift your head and restore your dignity. Say this with me: Lord, my name is written in your hands, and I will not be defined by my past. Restoration is not just about giving back what was lost. It is about multiplying what comes next. To those who hold on in hope, even when loss tries to silence them, I bring more than restoration. I release double favor. You thought you were barely surviving, but in truth, you were positioning yourself for a greater outpouring of blessing. Even the very places where the enemy tried to destroy you, I will turn into platforms for your greatest testimony. The place of your deepest defeat will become the stage where my glory shines the brightest. I do not waste pain. I redeem it. I repurpose it. I cause it to echo with strength. There are times I allow tearing, not to destroy you, but to rebuild you with purity and power. And when I bind up what was broken, the healing I give is so complete that the scars carry no pain, only the story of my faithfulness. Speak this with me: Lord, even my scars will glorify you, for you make all things whole again. Often my restoration carries acceleration. What would have taken 10 years can happen in one season under my hand. I am not bound by human timelines. I open doors suddenly. I mend what was shattered quickly. I restore opportunities in ways that surprise you. When I say now, even time itself bends to my command. Your part is simple. Stay in faith, stay obedient, and be ready to step through the door when it opens. Because when I restore, I also realign your heart. Loss teaches you to see what truly matters. You learn to treasure time, to weigh your words, to value relationships, and to guard your spirit. I use these lessons so that your restored years are far richer, deeper, and more impactful than the years you thought were productive before. Say this with me: Lord, teach me to treasure what you give, and help me live with wisdom and focus. Your tears have not been wasted. Every cry in the night, every quiet endurance, every hidden seed of faith you planted, I have seen them all. They are not lost. They have been sown into my soil, and I am faithful to bring forth a harvest from them. a harvest marked by joy so deep it will outweigh every sorrow you carried. The joy will be greater because you will remember what it cost, and you will see how I redeemed it all. But hear me, before restoration comes in fullness, you must release bitterness. You cannot take my gifts with one hand while clinging to resentment with the other. Forgiveness clears the soil of your heart, making room for new life to grow. Let go of what wounded you, and you will see how quickly I cause restoration to spring up. Say this with me now. Lord, I release the weight of bitterness. I open my heart for your restoration to take root. Beloved, I am not just giving back what was lost. I am reshaping your future. I am restoring with power, with acceleration, and with purpose. Walk forward with me, and you will see that nothing surrendered to me is ever wasted. Beloved, listen to me. Releasing the weight of offense does not excuse what was wrong, but it does free you from the chains of bitterness, so it can no longer bind you. When your heart is free, your hands are finally open to receive. The beauty of my restoration is this: it does not just take you back to what was lost. I take you further. I lead you beyond that place, into a dimension of greater blessing, deeper purpose, and new strength. Because of what you've walked through, you carry more wisdom, more compassion, and more resilience. Say this with me. I am not weaker from what I endured. I am stronger, wiser, and more ready for what is next. Others will see in you the evidence of my redeeming power. Your story will stir hope in them, and your testimony will awaken faith. That is why your restored years are not only for your own joy, they are also for the blessing of many lives around you. So lift your eyes, beloved. Do not let despair write the final word. I am the one who forges roads through wilderness. I have already marked the path for your restoration. Your identity in me is secure. Your future is intact. Your heart will be renewed. Speak it aloud. My future is not destroyed. My identity is secure. My story is still unfolding. I am your restorer, and I will complete what I began. The joy of your later years will eclipse the sorrow of your past. And know this: restoration is not the end point. It is the foundation for what is yet to come. I am setting the stage for fruitfulness, for influence, for authority. When I restore, I do more than replace. I exceed your expectations. I surpass the dreams you thought were too big. My abundance is not measured by your limits, but by my limitless power. Say this with me. I will not think small. I will expect more, because my God is without limit. As I restore, I also stretch your capacity to receive. You cannot step into the greater future I have for you while clinging to the small expectations of yesterday. I am enlarging your vision, deepening your faith, and expanding your reach. Restoration with me is not passive, it is active. I empower you to build, to plant, to create, to enjoy the work of your hands. Your future is not one of idleness, but of fruitful living, and I will equip you for it. You once felt like you were only surviving, but I am shifting your testimony from survival to dominion. Where you once barely held on, you will now take ground. Where you once hid, you will now influence. Where you once doubted, you will now walk in authority. Your life will be living proof that I redeem time. Sometimes restoration requires your obedience, releasing those who hurt you, stepping forward into new assignments, sowing generously where I lead. Restoration is always a partnership. I provide the power, you walk in alignment with it. And hear this: part of restoration is divine positioning. I know exactly where you need to be for the next season of your calling. That is why I sometimes move you suddenly, relocating you, connecting you with key people, or opening doors you never expected. While it may feel sudden, it is not random. It is the fulfillment of a plan I have been working behind the scenes for years. So walk with me, trust me, release what weighs you down, and declare this with me now. My restored years are not the end of my story. They are the beginning of a greater one. My beloved child, when I restore the years you thought were lost, I bring with it acceleration, because I have already gone ahead of you and prepared the ground. I have tilled the soil, cleared the stones, and made the path ready so that when you step forward, nothing is wasted. Say with me, Lord, I believe you have already prepared my way. When I return what was stolen, I also give you wisdom in stewardship. I teach you to see time not as something casual, but as a holy gift. You will no longer waste energy on what drains your spirit, but instead focus on what produces fruit that lasts forever. Speak these words, I will use my time to honor you, Lord, and not let it slip through my hands. The blessings I pour out over you are not fragile. They are meant to multiply under my guidance. As I said in my word, I prepare a table before you, even in the presence of your enemies. That means restoration does not wait for every challenge to disappear. I can cause your cup to overflow while opposition still lingers. Declare with faith, my table is set by God, and my cup runs over. Your restoration, my child, is not shallow. It carries weight and impact beyond you. The blessings I restore will touch your family, your children, and even generations not yet born. Just as years wasted can ripple through generations, so can restored years release blessing that endures. Say aloud, Lord, let my obedience today establish a legacy of faith and abundance for those who come after me. And know this, restoration for your future comes with a joy no one can take away. It is not built on circumstances, but rooted in my faithfulness. Even when trials rise, you will remember how far I have carried you, and that memory will anchor you in gratitude. Whisper these words with me. The joy of the Lord is my unshakable strength. So, my beloved, when I restore your wasted years, don't only look back at what I have replaced. Fix your eyes forward on the greater purpose I am calling you into. Your restored years are not an ending. They are the launching ground for abundance, authority, and influence for my glory. Say with conviction, my best days are not behind me. They are before me in the Lord. This promise of restoration is not some far-off dream, but a present reality for all who trust me. I take the years the enemy thought were gone and place them into my hands, turning them into fruit for my kingdom. Your past is no longer your prison. It is the backdrop for my glory to shine brighter. Now walk forward with faith, because I, the Lord your restorer, will complete what I have begun in you, and your latter days will overflow with joy. My child, listen. This is my voice reaching you. I am the one who restores, redeems, and makes all things new. I turn your mourning into dancing, and I crown you with victory. I see every breath you take and every moment you walk in. My light is a gift from me. I was faithful even in the moments you strayed far away, and I am still faithful now. Say with me, I release every burden. I let go of the wrongs of the past, and I rest in your mercy, Lord. I am restoring the years you thought were wasted. What was lost will return multiplied. Every place of regret will be filled with peace. Your life will shine as a testimony of my goodness. Speak it aloud. The enemy cannot convince me that my best days are gone, for my future is held by God. No weapon formed against your destiny can stand. What comes to steal, kill, or destroy is bound under my authority. Instead, I open doors of opportunity before you, doors no man can shut. Say this with me: blessings overtake me and favor follows me wherever I go. I am stretching my hand over your body, your mind, and your spirit. Every hidden wound of the past is being healed. My power flows into your bones, your blood, your organs, and even into the deep places of your emotions. Declare it with me. Sickness has no authority over me. Life and strength flow through every part of my being. Your scars, whether seen or unseen, are covered in my healing power until peace and wholeness remain. Speak these words: the Lord renews my energy, sharpens my mind, and restores my spirit. Breakthrough is coming in the very areas that seemed locked and stagnant. Victory belongs to you in every battle. My favor rests on your loved ones. Restoration flows through your family and will touch generations to come. Say this with me: my house is covered by the blessing and protection of the Lord. Now, child, as you receive these words, don't keep them to yourself. Share this message so that others may also walk in my promises. Let your voice spread hope, because when you do, you become a vessel of my light. Subscribe and stay connected here so that my words can keep building your faith daily. And if this word has touched your heart, write Amen as your declaration so that all may see your agreement with me. I hear you, I see you, and I answer you. All the blessings I have spoken are already moving in your life. Walk forward in faith, for my kingdom, my power, and my glory will never fail. Amen.